Night and day I catching hell. People think I'm doing well just because I sing a few calypso. But that is my misery. Calypso don't make money, but most of them don't know that I have my axe to grind, just like any other man, existing in poverty and this giant ghetto land. But I intend to hang on. Tell them for me no dice. I ain't gonna eat lice. I ain't gonna grow old, sitting in the cold, not me. No way, they go have to beat me. They go have to eat me, or the heads go roll. Tell them I say I was born in this land. I go die in this land. Nobody go run me from where me come from. Nobody go run me, lad. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Me mama must yam. Me papa must yam. Me woman must yam. Me picnic must yam. Nobody.
Polotricks Tuesday. Welcome to another edition of Polotricks Tuesday, and today we are joined by an extra guest here on the show. Now, allow me to introduce someone that can finally, this is why I can call this a real program, because we have somebody, a real analyst, that is able to objectively look at things all of the time. Somebody who I admire. Somebody who you see. No, of course.
I can't take it.
I'm not talking about Cedric.
Too much.
I was sure not talking about Cedric.
We have today finally a therapy session. Seemingly, we are going to exercise the spookisms that exist within Andrew's head. I now going to have somebody who is going to actually make Andrew see that everything I've been trying to explain.
I didn't give you a stick to talk, Cedric. Can you shut up, please? Okay. Ralph Contave, the man behind the news behind the news. Ralph Contave, thank you so much for accepting our invitation to come on Polotricks today. How are you doing?
My pleasure. It's always fun.
I appreciate you reaching out, seeing that Andrew needs.
I actually reached out to him, so
see,
you're wrong again. You see, I swear he is the worst president of parliament advisor.
We gone straight into Rolando mode. Just like Rolando just applied the spin, Andrew to spin this thing around like Hurricane Fiona.
Oh.
Like,
you see, and this is where he's wrong.
Ralph and I.
It was a tropical storm.
It is a hurricane category 3.
No.
Yes.
I talking about the initial beginning.
It is a
when it passed in Martin, it was a storm.
But you know, the one thing I realized as a side note with that, we have a lot of progress to make with our infrastructure, but we at least good enough. Given, what we saw, for example, what they did to Guadeloupe and the like. Not an excuse for us to maintain what we have. That too. But that's the main part too.
Of our trenches, right? If Fiona had cried 1 minute longer in St. Martin, all of us would have been floating, like Hurricane Frederick.
That was a very water
throughout the place.
I mean, I was just a child, so I don't remember that.
I was quite young myself.
Wait, that was the one in the 90s or Lenny?
No, that is late 70s.
Oh.
Late 70s.
70s.
Yeah.
Which one was the one in 99?
Lenny?
That was
Lenny
it?
and Marilyn.
I was told that was the one.
You watching me? I was in play school. I don't know.
You wasn't in play school. I was like 3 years old.
I was a late boomer, okay? I was.
You had to be close to high school, man.
I think so. Whatever.
He was close to the high school. Didn't necessarily mean he was
I used to live next to the high school. That's why.
Does make you question that. But the trenches, hopefully, now that the ombudsman issue is going to be cleared up, because we're going to remove the president of parliament, put somebody else there who will never call that to the floor again. The trenches thing going to go. The contract's going to get.
The latest update with the trenches, based on last week's press briefing, is that there was an internal issue noticed within the ministry, and so SORB had to come in to help with a technical review. So the way I look at it, starting off with analysis, I guess, one time is the thing is with the ombudsman issue, I think it did get a bit too politicized, because look at the result of what you're seeing. So It is now leading government or the ministry and putting other ministries on notice, do things the right way. Because the bidding had to take place, well, it already started, but the awarding of the bid is delayed, and it's
the
unacceptable.
tendering process, it has to be ironclad, I guess.
Exactly.
Because the one that they've been using is the one that got him in trouble in the first place.
Exactly.
Stop. You hear that spin? The one that they were using, the minister came in and said, there was nothing.
You have
And
to.
I was forced under pressure to create something because there was nothing. Because never in the history of St. Martin
Don't
did
drag
we
it.
ever had a
You don't have permission to use that.
bidding process. I take creative liberty in your presence.
Yes, I understand.
It is not plagiarism when you write here and.
Okay, whatever you say.
You see what I mean?
It's plagiarism, we put it on the shirt.
You know what I mean? Hey. Anyway, that's side note. But what was I referring to? You mean all the tenderings that
Procedures,
were done by Boncampo and such for all these years didn't exist. We needed to reinvent the wheel, and we had 3.5 weeks and all these baby excuses. And the final result is that what you was doing.
He just upset that the minister didn't go home. That's why, That's why. So he's like a sour plum.
You see what
Oh, poor baby. Doran didn't get to go home. Oh.
Listen,
you vexed? Oh. Come. Let me pinch your cheeks. Come. Anyway, let me get to what people really want to hear, which is, of course,
Not you.
the proposal of... Don't do it.
Why?
We have guests. Behave,
I'm trying.
The President of Parliament, Krisha Heiliger Martin,
Say it again.
a.k.a. Gestapo, a.k.a. Saddam Hussein cousin, a.k.a. Queen Elizabeth.
Andrew, that's a stretch.
How's that stretch?
Like a rubber
Vladimir Putin's sighting, because apparently she decided to take over the entire parliament yesterday by adjourning the meeting forever, because if she adjourns it forever, that means no meeting, no vote, no nothing. For
he just with a sweep of a gavel like Superwoman.
Which was heard in Holland.
Hijacked
You see that gavel?
The power she holds.
You hear it?
I love a powerful woman. Boy.
Yeah? Okay. What's your thoughts on that? What's your... No. You got problems.
Thoughts on what? What you say or the actual situation?
I ain't talking about you.
Let's be clear.
Hush. It's our guest time to talk.
What?
It's for him to speak.
What do he respond to?
Ralph, what is your analysis on the situation with our current... Parliament?
So I have an interview slated where there's some questions I need to ask.
Yes.
I heard parts of the one that took place a bit earlier.
Make sure you ask about the hat. Anyway, continue.
But okay, so look at this is how I look at it. It's a two-part thing. One, was it the right timing to bring forward the agenda point? One, was it the right timing? Because
yes, the numbers were correct.
Because look at the underlying factor.
What's the underlying factor?
The underlying factor is this is a very important law that we have to debate. This is this is now just like, for example,
doing things illegal.
This is now just like, for example, when MP Peterson brought up the motion, the agenda point.
The numbers weren't correct.
Andrew
said,
get rid of.
Don't you know how politics work? You expect them to support the meeting when the numbers aren't correct? So now the numbers are correct. You see what I mean?
Yeah. So I get to you, Andrew. So this is a repeat.
Say something.
Do you remember the time when so you had a first motion that was proposed in Parliament by MP Gumps. Then there was a meeting to debate, to discuss the status of MP Boncamper.
Correct.
And MP Peterson, conveniently, they had the numbers at that time.
Yes.
We had the numbers.
Where? He
They had the numbers at that time. So he was like, hey, let's make use of this opportunity. We could probably get rid of the minister. What happened? There was a walkout.
There was a walkout, no quorum, meeting was adjourned.
No, wait. Look how you slip over that.
No, I listening to the man.
Highlight how MP Bryson stormed out of the meeting, followed by the
Yes, which I said, how did you expect for them to continue the meeting if the coalition, the one that is governing, you see, you don't even know the difference. The one that is governing,
You triple yourself one time, Andrew.
how?
Look how catch him. And
Yes.
your opinion of the PFP calling them, asking for that motion to be added was considered what? Let's hear you again.
Crybaby tactics? Yeah,
Okay, good.
because the opposition.
Hey, once you admit,
So,
once you admit,
I admit.
Oh, hey,
Okay.
so that's one.
good,
So that's a
good.
first factor. On
I just want
on the
win.
end of MP Bryson and the rest who wanted that initiative.
Uh-huh.
Now, on the end of MP Heiliger, you can ask yourself, given, again, how much that law, that parliament discussion weighed to finally come to the voting of a meeting that's been going on since June, end of June, July. So a couple months, put it to a close. Was it right to adjourn the meeting without simply, allowing yourself to be removed? Because we all knew it was coming. So just let bygones be bygones and, soak your blows and leave. But the other factor that I am looking at that I think is something we need to consider from a broader perspective politically is, as I put in my radio program yesterday, the instability within the stability. Case in point being, I'll give you 3 examples because I need to look for the other examples because there are many.
Perfectly stable instability.
The 3 examples. We are now going on our 3rd Minister of TIAT within 2 years. We're now going on our 3rd President of Parliament within 3 years. GB, for example, has had what, 3 to 4 temporary managers within 1 year. GB again, 2 supervisory boards of directors within 1 year. We have the stability, but the country is unstable.
We have
and that is an
perfectly
issue.
stable instability.
Yeah, okay.
Look, understand that.
So,
it is perfectly
From my end,
stable
you're going to get
instability.
I'm looking at it.
You look at it at a
factoring in all the
different-
different elements.
You know what was a caveat for me though, was in relation to this whole idea of the importance of meetings. The reason why this meeting was called, a quick summary, a rubber stamp, and the Prime Minister could have traveled without worrying if Interpol was going to lock her up for doing illegal payments, right? The President of Parliament asked the Prime Minister, do you allow, how do you feel about them wanting to hijack your meeting?
Who
And
is in
the
charge of
minister-
Parliament?
Who
is in charge of the Parliament? The members of Parliament ask the Prime. No, there's no
Let
spin.
me finish.
Wait a minute now.
The Prime Minister.
Did the
was
Prime Minister really have to
asked
weigh in? Did the Prime Minister really have to weigh
She
in,
did, though.
Cedric?
She did, though.
Did she really
She
have
did,
to weigh in?
But she did. She did.
Since when does the Prime Minister have any type of sway in the House of Parliament?
She comes to Parliament to inform us that she has no requirement to inform us. That is powerful. Okay, don't argue.
Yes, okay, that I agree with.
No, stick to the point.
Yes, the
The
point
whole-
is,
why don't leave me finish?
in order for her
Stop.
not to get her vote of no confidence or for her to be removed.
Irrelevant.
Prime Minister, what do you
I am-
think? Save me.
Did I say a
Prime Minister, save
caveat?
me.
I said a
Prime
caveat.
Minister, save me.
Nobody was.
No, it wasn't to for her to save us.
Oh, come on.
It was to
What was it?
highlight. It was to highlight a simple point that when it came down to it, really, the meeting wasn't. all
Briefly,
that
look,
important
the
to
Prime Minister say
Minister.
doesn't hold no weight.
Comment.
But what MP Martin Heiliger did, or Heiliger Martin, is she allowed the Prime Minister's, opinion to be considered. Because this is not new, this is not the first time. You understand what I'm saying? So, again, you can say whether or not, the truth is that the President of Parliament is who has the authority.
Yeah.
The President of Parliament has the authority to say whether or not the Prime Minister wants this to happen. I have that say.
Correct.
But what she did was political. Simply put.
Yeah. Yes. It was political, however.
So she let the public see, like, hey, listen, the Prime Minister is also here. Will the Prime Minister, what would she consider to take precedence? based on her
And
opinion,
the Prime
not on
Minister
her
said,
authority.
No
Ralph,
comment.
who on the
Andrew
president
said
of parliament,
comment.
the president
Andrew
of parliament,
said no comment.
the
Just
president,
say no comment.
no comment, no
Okay,
man.
thank you. Hold it
The
there.
president
Let
of
me talk
parliament
now.
is chosen how? Please, let us know, Ralph.
By
How,
vote.
by who?
Vote.
By vote of how much? By the
All the
majority,
members,
right?
correct.
Okay, so majority picks the president of parliament.
Mm-hmm.
If majority of parliament don't support the president of parliament,
Then she has to step down.
Then she has to step down.
Correct.
So how is it that you have somebody who clearly is not in alignment with the current coalition?
Stop. This is where he does illustrate his obvious confusion, and please intervene for me. Explain him that apples don't go on orange trees, and one doesn't equate to the next.
No.
All dogs.
He doesn't really-
All dogs are animals, but not all animals are dogs. Explain him that for me, please.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go
Doesn't
ahead.
get it.
My point is,
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
if
Do you have one?
you don't have a point, yeah, that's the point there for you. How is it that if you're not in alignment with the current coalition, why would you want to stay as the president of parliament and say, but I have done nothing wrong, I'm perfect, I'm doing everything neutral, I am not going with the party, I'm not going to opposition, I'm in the middle.
That's how it has to be. I'm not disagreeing that the majority has to select.
I was just about to say, but
No.
Ralph, what?
His reasoning
Magic
is
dust?
so
No.
flawed.
We dealing with
First
magic
of
dust
all,
now?
No, I'm saying
interjecting an
in-
assertion
Wait.
that she does
Leave
not,
Ralph
that
speak.
she is not in alignment with the government. Is she a signator up until today of the Jacobs 2 cabinet?
She is.
Did she ever withdraw her support from the government or from her party?
No.
So, in Andrew's little tiny imaginary political scope, which is 17 square miles, mostly water, thinks that by her voting her conscience and not agreeing with a particular point means she don't support the government. She got to go.
This is why he's wearing purple, ladies and gentlemen, because he must be the
This
spokesperson
is what
for
I
Swaliga
can-
Foss.
this what-
He must be.
Oh wow! I just realized.
He's wearing purple, and he is supporting Swaliga Foss, which is fine. That's why you wear purple.
You see-
It's okay.
you see
But
how
what you're not
trapped
going to do
this young man
is come
is
here
in the
and
political
spin
illusions
and
of
make
the
it
man.
sound
Who's
as
spinning?
if
Miss Fiona.
That's a good one. Eh? That's a good one.
ridiculous.
You know what was I saying now?
No, but
yes.
you- yeah.
So ideally, now we know we are human beings. People have their biases, where they lean and so forth. Ideally, nonetheless,
You
the
know
president
how
of
he
parliament
leaning-
has to
he
remain
leaning
neutral
straight over
because,
to Napoleon Hill.
again, as Andrew stated, yes, a majority wants you out, and she will have to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't expect her to not call any meeting till December, for example.
Have you met her? We will see.
She will have to leave, and I mean, she. But I think is the added point to that is part of what I heard and she mentioned in that interview, which is the factor of the manner in which it's done. So, for example, if contention is coming from the coalition, where you have ministers or MPs that are bashing you, attacking you, pressuring you for calling meetings for opposition, then what
Is
type
there
of?
such a thing,
I'm
bro?
looking at it from from
Is
a
there
perspective
such a thing
of,
as calling up
we
meetings
have
for
to
the
maintain the
opposition?
sanctity of our councils, of our state
Not
bodies.
according to Andrew.
Yes, in the
Andrew
past,
said she was wrong to call the meeting, knowing what Rayan was going to do, while Marlon was laid up and they didn't have the numbers. Doing that, it was a clear point that she does not align herself with the coalition. This is
Yeah.
the quality of the arguments this young man does.
No.
Help him.
Because the political makeup, and this is what Cedric doesn't
What kind of
understand.
makeup?
The
L'Oreal?
political
Revlon?
makeup.
And you-
He doesn't believe in that because he believes that the members of parliament are there, get ready, to work for the people on their own, with no type of affiliation to party politics, to any type of grouping. They just do it because of the goodness
Yeah.
of their heart.
you see, but I think
Which
that's
is- That's why
part of the
we're in
electoral
purple
reform issue. Because yes, you're part of a party, you're part of a group because of supposedly you share the same vision, ideology, and the like.
No, that
What we
doesn't
have
matter.
is not really that
No, what we have to
for
matter
majority
is
of parties.
collection of who's of
Popularity, exactly.
There is no political
so there's
philosophy,
nothing
there's
wrong with
nothing that-
remaining within a group, and functioning based on this is the shared belief that we have. But if it's detrimental to the party, to individuals, to the country, if it's something that, that let's say in instances which we've seen with several of the sagas and hoopla is the term,
And
Yeah.
shenanigans.
a popular phrase now.
While you're eating your oatmeal in the morning.
Then it makes you question, for example, where does St. Martin lie in all of this?
Yeah, but the vehicle that
No
we,
comment.
the vehicle that these politicians take. First, you have individuals that feel that they could do better. They join a political party. Then, after they take a political party, they get elected. Some not elected, but
we know why they feel
they
could
move.
do better, right?
They move up
borderline-
to
they say they have
ministers.
borderline
Yeah.
personality disorder.
And then-
That's why they think they could actually
Yeah.
create the illusion.
Okay.
But they
Yeah,
say not me.
point, yeah. Go take your medication, man.
No,
So
yeah, go ahead.
We continue. So after they take the vehicle and they get into parliament, however they get in, they then go independent.
Yes.
There are nine
Factions.
factions in parliament right now.
Yeah.
You see how smoothly
So-
he went from the joiner party independent. Like the Brutus knife in the back, which readjusted people's alignment, didn't matter. The fact that the ombudsman and the position by the minister, the inability
Cedric,
to do anything by the prime
it's
minister.
September the 20th.
Forced
Do you know that
individual with
the motion of
conscience
confidence against Minister
needed
Doran wasn't passed. So he still has a job. Can you get over it, please? Please get over it. It looks like you're still talking about it. You're still
No,
salty about
you
it. Can we
talking
get
about-
over it?
You talking about people leaving parties as if Brown Bill and Akeem. Exactly.
You just have to bring them in now.
Yeah, I mean,
But you see, that is what
I got
is
mentioned the guy.
that is what a challenge that is where the challenge lies, Andrew, because maybe I'm too idealistic. For me, the
Yes.
reform has to start from the party level.
Yeah.
Because the makeup of the parties are not coming with persons who, again, have a shared principle. It's like, yo, you popular, you have a big family, you could get all of Sucker Garden, you could get all of Dutch Quarter, you could get Friendside votes, you could get the Indian community, you
Yes.
could get the Haitians.
Okay,
so that
but
is what you have.
you just
and because the root of it is that the parties are not created with a foundation, Andrew.
Yeah.
Look how many parties have changed their list over the years. So until first political parties start with reform from the political platform itself, you will always have people that will leave because they're not there based on camaraderie.
Yeah.
Andrew, let me put that to the test. Andrew, what is your political philosophy? Where do you stand politically on the political spectrum?
What?
How do you engage?
Clearly not on swelling up her steam.
Wait,
Because otherwise, I would be wearing purple
just have
and
to tell
having
me
the
what
lipstick
is
of the president of
But-
parliament
I
on my
know-
lips.
Because I know
it's
Cedric
underpinned by
is
hurricane.
Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So purple is a color.
Yeah, it
Purple is
remind
the
me
color.
of not to beat him up. Just-
You know what the mess. Anyway, you know what? I'm not even going to go there. No,
I'm gonna beat you up home. Why? I can beat you up. You
Cedric.
think I'm gonna do it on camera?
Cedric.
Then you want to get locked up.
oh my God.
That's why I wear the purple to remind myself. Like,
Yeah.
So and then
Please,
to, and then
you
to
don't have
add to
no
what you're
political
saying,
philosophy,
no,
right?
Parliament, the body which have the full authority, responsibility to enforce and change laws, they're lapsing, and that's it. So MPs complain, boy, check of it now. We got all these but what have they done to stop it? And
Yeah.
that's the thing.
But these same individuals, and I'm talking about the independistas in parliament, are going to jump on the next political party so that they can get re-elected for the next elections.
and that's
so,
the role of a politician.
yeah, but they
Maintain power.
dying like jumping off the party and going in the dark alleys behind back street and forming a new government, and in Backstreet necessarily because it's a short road to the governor's mansion, right? So they formed a new little party. Don't confuse things. People change alignment. If they finish the 4 terms, they realign with a new party, and they get back in the mix. What we are talking about is that whole aspect. Why am I part of this party? I mean, I sit on here because Andrew need help.
No, but
It's
what you
clear.
were asked, when you asked him where he stands for, you mean like whether left,
Well, yeah, left, center.
far right?
Andrew do hurricane.
No,
Wherever the
because
wind
because
blow.
I don't need to
Wherever
tell you
the
my
wind blow.
political affiliation.
Not affiliation.
So I understand what you're talking about. Philosophy.
I am center.
So he mean like if you are,
Oh,
I am center
not
left.
Republic. Well,
I would say center also. Because Cedric said it.
Center
I'll
right.
be
I
center.
I
You center left or right?
Center right.
Okay, then I
I'm
left.
a little bit more conservative.
You're right, I left.
Yeah, I can see the
That's for sure.
liberalism in you.
Yeah?
I can see. Yeah, you're
Yeah?
a little snowflakey for me sometimes.
No, wait a minute. Let me give you a good example. I'll give you a good example because then I'll know
You center right,
exactly
right? You center right.
what Cedric team on.
Which team?
Wilders.
oh no, well I don't.
Oh, that you over. When you say Dutch say Wilders, that's a perfect example of what they really think.
So, you like Wilders?
I love a man that lets me know where he stands and don't come like Margaret. Ik weet het, ik kan me niet.
This is the perfect example of a house
Dat,
slave. You know, he's a
you
house
see-
slave.
you
You know,
see
right?
how- you see
Because
how-
that's what he does.
You see how simple
That's what he
it
does. This is like the St. Martin Donald Trump. Listen,
You see how
Ralph,
simple he is?
Ralph. So you would say
understood
your
what I
center.
said, right?
You would say your center
You
left or center
un-
right.
Center. If you could put it on your page.
Yes.
Find this clip, Chris Rock stand up, where he spoke about, why he's an independent. Some things he agree with the left. Some things he agree with the right.
Yeah.
But I can't choose I'm an independent. Put it
Yeah,
there.
but you don't
Which will be
go
center.
more towards the socialist side, though.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It's all
because
depend on subject,
because
but I
then
lean
for me, the
conservative.
more you shift towards one end, you kind of start to dabble into the territory of abuse. If you know what I'm saying. So, for example, I believe in some socialist principles, but not all, because
Yeah,
if you
wouldn't
cross
sit
the
on here
border
every week
and we
like
watch
me
what
and
happens,
mine
we
and
give an
you.
example, but
Yeah.
at the same time, let's say you catch a flight to the US and you lean too much on the capitalist,
Yes.
So
Okay.
I'm just
And
independent.
there's where the Dutch have a healthy mix.
So I get what
exactly.
he's
Yeah.
saying, like
Yeah.
in terms of.
But when I say Wilders, right, you have to get
you
it
mean
in
like
context.
if you're a racist, let me know you're racist.
Yeah.
Don't be.
And I say,
Don't-
I have 2 black
and
friends allowed to come to my
and
house.
he
You
gonna
don't
say,
say, yeah.
he gonna say Van Huffelen represent Holland because of the shoes. I
Yeah.
gonna say, Wilders,
see.
you wanna see?
Okay,
Look,
okay,
Wilders,
wait.
that's
So-
my boy.
We gotta get
That's
in.
my boy.
We gotta get in this last topic there, Cedric, which is the elections.
We have
Now,
a-
this is the thing that
You know, meet too many parties.
this is the thing what upsets me a little bit, and I don't know if you guys want to weigh into it.
Go ahead.
But the call for early elections, it pisses me off with people calling for early elections
I get what you're
because we're supposed to go for a full term.
I think there
And,
needs to be
and
a
it doesn't
call.
matter who is in the driver's
You are
seat.
perfectly
Wait a
comfortable
minute now.
with
You
stable
can leave me
instability.
speak. You can leave me speak.
No, go ahead. Yeah,
My point is,
I get what you're saying.
if we elected a government for a full term,
Let them say.
why is it that we continue this? Because yes, we have like what's the thing called?
What's that?
When we get in when somebody
Borderline
when you get in.
personality disorder,
No, when you continue.
narcissism.
Well, you mean
Short people
insanity?
syndrome?
No,
Doing the same thing.
when you get hit over and over until you feel like it's normal.
That's resilience in a sense. No,
Yeah,
not necessarily.
Stockholm
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, so you continue.
Well, when you abuse and you fall in love with your abuser. So you
Yeah,
fall
so
in
you
love.
just like, you know what, because we continue getting snap elections
I think
all
I
the
used the
time,
ref wrong term, anyhow.
you get,
So what you're saying then, I get what you're saying. I think what there needs to be is a call for accountability. But that is where you clearly, since last year, with the first I remember going back to
And when you do that in St. Martin,
Vineyard Heights, for example.
you get called the worst president of parliament.
I'll give you a good example from my end as a media, and we've noticed it with the media quite many often. I remember I was the one who broke the story on the Vineyard Heights stuff.
Yeah.
And I leaked documents. By the end of the
Andrew
day,
was upset.
but and I remember at that time, it was September last year itself. And I remember at that time, what was the statement you get? Yeah, we're going to look to punish leakers and
Oh, yeah.
Rolex. So already, and then leading up till this year, you saw whatever this constant attack on the media. And so when you have this call for accountability in general, it come across like, oh yeah, the media is punging melee, and I understand we've had bad media representatives on the island. I fully understand that.
Not
But when
you,
you have
Andrew.
real,
Not you,
credible,
Cedric.
Not
you know,
you, not
information
you,
being
Andrew.
put out there, GB is another one. A call for accountability. I started my investigation. I wrote like almost 12 articles on GB, highlighting a lot of stuff. Right now, if you go back,
I remember,
since
yes.
last year, it was, and I remember, for example, asking about in the press briefing, will government really go ahead with
Yeah, but
appointing?
I was upset with those articles because Shireen Daniels stated clearly it's a matter of national security, and then we shouldn't talk about it because she said so. So I was.
But my final point on that, is I remember in the press briefing last year, I asked the question, does government intend with appointing this individual as CEO of GB,
I remember,
given
yeah.
the history or slew
Yeah.
of controversy? And
They told
what
me,
was
yeah.
the response then? The response was, oh yeah, just allegations, and
The screening is taking
she
place. or
won
something
her
like
court case. But guess what? Now you realizing where the tail was wagging the dog uncontrollably. But so what you're having is when there's attempts for holding government accountable, and it's not just the media, people have their job, parliament have their job, you know, our high councils, they have their jobs.
that. Yeah.
So I guess a long answer to your statement, which is new elections probably may not be the solution, but
Accountability.
increase accountability. That is what is necessary.
Speaking about dogs, Cedric, go.
Go where?
No, meaning you could speak dog. 'Cause you're
Don't tell him to go, okay, he might go on himself.
no, you see, that's why I say
That's
go.
it?
Yeah.
Go?
No,
Like,
just say speak.
Give me a clicker, man.
Speak.
Woof.
Yes.
Listen.
You need a water company to sponsor you, by the way.
The frustration, the frustration that we are seeing from the people, right? As I illustrated in the opening of Polotricks last week. the
You sound like Trisha. Elections or not? Early
No,
elections or not?
it is.
Early elections or not?
Why would I
Can you
want
give a
early
clear answer,
elections?
please?
I can't run, Andrew. It makes no difference to me. Like, why? Why do you insist?
I'm not speaking about you running.
I got 16 votes. I'm never going back there again.
Well, for the first time,
Leave
I'm
me
back.
alone.
Y'all remember there was one election, somebody got 0? That means they didn't even vote for themselves.
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
When
it was somebody on PPA. It was like, I think 2014 or 16.
yes, it was.
Yeah, and I mean to
zero.
say you didn't even vote for your own self.
You didn't even believe in yourself.
That is.
I never forgot about
I don't know if that is.
I
faith
think
in the
that was
party leader.
that was the party Prince was running at the time.
No, PPA.
Yeah, he was on PPA.
Oh, I
once.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow,
He
okay.
was on PPA.
Thought he was always NA, well, of course.
No. He started on PPA.
And don't forget
Like Chris
Orania
started-
Bowen.
Chris started on PPA also.
Don't forget Orania Bowen. PFP. Yeah. Just
When they come in, what? You just brought, what? What are you doing? In a purple shirt?
PFP.
Oh, you plan to run with them?
Yeah, I mean, no.
I can't. I had a stroke.
Oh, yeah, you say you can't run.
What part of I had a stroke don't you guys understand?
Yeah, he
Stop
can't
it,
run.
no, I
he can't
can't
physically
run.
run,
What do you call it?
Only-
Where you have the Paralympic
And it'll be-
Olympics?
The Special Olympics.
No, I don't want me cut off my leg and get him scissor legs. I'm like, why, guys? Just leave me alone. I perfectly fine sitting here.
All right,
I'm a
Ralph,
socialist. I got mine, Andrew.
Ralph, before you go, I need to ask, with the state of government now, is it going to get worse? Shut up. Is it going to get worse, or is it going to get better? Shut up.
I'm an optimist. So I believe these things will get better, but because I love history, and one thing history has taught you, sometimes for things to get better, things have to
I
get
need to
worse.
Not listen to Andrew.
And given the trajectory, another popular political term that we hear often. Given the trajectory which we've seen, before it gets better, it will get worse.
Yes.
Because of the seeds that have been sown. And we will harvest, those, we will harvest what we sowed.
Yeah, but we are a young democracy, let us say that. In history, you see fledgling countries, they have civil wars, they have a lot more issues in establishing themselves.
That's far right.
Yeah.
In St. Martin, we can go through our growing pains,
Yeah.
and one of them is having to deal with Andrew. I mean, it's obvious, right?
Or dealing with ugly hats. All right, thank you so much,
Ugly-
Ralph, for coming.
ugly
We'll be
hat.
right back. Me and Cedric going at it on some.
Yeah, we're
more
going to talk
topics.
about this hat
All right,
because that was a pretty hat.
we'll be right back.
That was
Thank you,
great.
Ralph, for coming.
My pleasure.
It's hurricane season. Are you prepared? Here are a few tips to remember to help keep you and your family safe. Hurricane winds can cause trees and branches to fall. So before hurricane strikes, trim or remove damaged trees and limbs to keep you and your property safe. This hurricane season, secure loose rain gutters and downspouts and clear any clogged areas or debris to prevent water damage to your property. This public service announcement was brought to you by the government of St. Martin.
All right, welcome back to.
You forget already?
No, I didn't forget. Polotricks. And of course, we are still here, unfortunately, with my ugly co-host, Cedric Ortega, in his purple shirt.
Were you
Cedric,
focusing
good
on the
day.
color of my
How are you?
shirt for today?
This is what we call.
How was the intervention? Do you feel a little bit more enlightened and brought into the reality of how things
No, I'm actually
should
happy.
work?
No, I'm actually happy that somebody came and actually gave some better insight than an empty-headed host that continues to say things that he actually believes. It's actually the most funniest thing ever. Say something.
I like the white hat.
You see, this is what I mean. It's like
And you
whatever
were
comes
talking,
to mind.
You were talking, and I just zoned out and just saw the white hat in front of me. I wasn't listening to a word you were saying. I just was seeing the white hat. I'm good. Like you had nothing to say.
Yeah,
Not a word you say.
Cedric,
Yes.
the government, particularly the hostage takeover from the president of parliament. You don't
It
find
is not
that
a
you don't
hostage
find Cedric. Think
takeover.
about it. Cedric, think
Why-
about it.
why do I need to
is it?
think about it?
Because I need you to believe.
I need you to believe. No, I rather know.
You rather know?
Yes. Go home, tell your wife the baby. You believe the children yours.
What?
Go home and tell the baby mama, watch a child, watch a woman, and say, I believe the child mine. See what happened.
Okay. You rather know. Okay.
Yes.
So you know.
So don't make me believe nothing.
Okay. Do you know that she is the worst president of parliament in St. Martin history, Cedric? Can we at least agree to this fact before we leave this program?
Would
today?
I agree to such ludicrous nonsense?
How is that ludicrous? Think about it. You don't have the support of the government.
Why?
But yet,
Stop.
you continue
Stop.
to
Stop.
be
You somehow
thorn
just put
in the
horse
side
before
of your
the
own
car.
party.
The
Your
whole-
own party. The one that you sign up for.
And
you
your
just
own
come
party
into this
trying
party
to stab you in your back like
because
Brutus.
you was no good.
The highest vote getter.
Oh, you're gonna go there.
The same reason Duran can't go nowhere.
We gonna go there.
Based on your logic.
We gonna go
Argue with
there.
me. I am there.
This is what I mean.
What you mean?
This is what I mean.
What you don't like when I use your own logic against
Apple
you?
and oranges. Let me use yours then. Why I say this? Think about it, Cedric. And I know it's going to be hard because I told you
It's
to think.
not hard.
No, I
she
told you to
is
think.
going to resign the position. They can have it. But the position.
There's a but.
Yes.
Because she allows Howard's, when she was on Lady Grace, she allowed
what?
The former president of parliament to resign, allowed him to take the party.
Oh, that's your problem. So you on this male chauvinist trip just like Rolando. So you
Wait a
agree
minute.
with what was said in the video.
Which is what?
In the voice recording. That dumb beep, 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 Grisha. So you two in your feelings because she is in a position to tell that little boy in age and height
Wait a
two
minute.
times
Wait a minute
that
now.
he was out of place,
Wait a minute
wrong,
now.
unfit, as a drunk to sit on the chair of parliament.
Cedric.
She had higher esteem. And I guess the fact that she was the one that was put to replace him really hurt him in a sensitive spot. Every time he sit down, he boom, see hot. Like, oh, she cannot, her. Oh, she must, oh. Almost like preparation aid. Just use some preparation aid. Deal with those hemorrhoids. Because obviously, up until today, he is not fit to reassume that position. The reason,
According to Dr. Cedric Ortega,
no,
this is what I mean
because
with you.
According to popular opinion.
Popular opinion by who?
Ladies
Why?
and gentlemen,
Oh.
put a one
One.
in the comment section if you think Rolando is fit to go back on that seat. We're going to get more of the escapades of him stopping inspectors. I am going to defend 712 with my life. I am the president of parliament. Yes, I said, Napoleon, you must go. Or more text messages saying, Theo ain't gonna get another permit signed in his life.
Because
You know
that's the problem is?
What's your problem?
You have an issue
I have a memory.
with him being
I have a
a
memory.
leader of the political party that's in government
Why
now.
would I have a
You have a problem
How? Quantify
with
that.
the National
Why?
Alliance being
I
in
have a
government.
problem with
Because
weakness.
clearly,
Yes.
Duran being saved was a problem for you. Clearly,
Dude,
that
why do I
President of
why would
Parliament
somebody
who
need
continues
saving?
to undermine
Why
her
did
own
Duran
political party.
Need saving. You skip over chapters of the book. That's why you were next to the school and not in the school. Why did Duran need saving? Why? Why did he need saving?
Because he needed a savior. He's the
He
highest
shoulda
vote
go
getter
church.
because he was the highest vote getter. He was the highest vote getter. That's why he needed saving.
How that makes sense?
Think about it.
And Grisha needs saving too. She's the head vote getter. And the usurper want to take over what he is. But you realize that Cookie went Sesame Street and he ain't come back. So who he leading now? Who he leading now?
What's your problem?
Who
I
he
noticed your
leading
rant
now?
on. I noticed your rant on Facebook.
Which rant?
One of the
I-
two, out of the 2,000 rants
I-
that you had, you don't
I-
sleep.
I watch-
3 o'clock in the morning,
I-
2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the
I
morning,
watch-
4
I
o'clock in the
watch
morning.
your late-
Oh my God!
I watch your
Oh
late
Rolando!
night- I watch your
Oh,
late night pity party trying to hold
Pity
one-
party what?
Listen,
Facts. You just don't like facts.
Listen, you throw.
You know you have a problem.
You throw a life raft
When
for
you-
Rolando too big because he went straight through it.
What are you talking about?
The life raft you tried to for Rolando.
I didn't throw
was
no
too
raft,
big,
no.
And he sinks
Because
straight
of-
through it. Bloop.
Because I
Look
show the
at-
incompetence
look at
of the
your
President
own-
of Parliament.
Look at your own comment section. It's politics. The people's opinion matter.
Oh, it does.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. What I'm saying is,
And then they don't care what you're saying. The people say.
Cedric,
Yes.
you need to stop
You must trust Mala.
posting late at night.
Why?
You know why?
Why?
It's rather annoying.
Why?
Because I
Don't
get a
read-
notification every time. And I just be busy.
And you have to read it, no? And you have to
No,
go-
I don't
and
read
you-
it.
and you-
I don't read things that makes no sense, especially
What you doing up
the
those
rant.
hours? What you doing?
Especially the rant
What you doing
about
up-
Cookie becoming the president of parliament. What's the problem with Cookie being president of parliament? Talk to
I
me.
say there was a problem.
Yeah, because apparently you have a problem with
What?
this with his ethnicity.
Who's that? Where did you notice that?
Because of the way you write
Uh-huh.
the Indian.
Who wrote
You're-
Indian?
But listen,
But that was
you
your
post-
pick.
you
I
post-
posted a pic you make. You sent it to me.
I didn't make it. What are you talking about?
I don't know who made it.
I don't know who made it either.
I'm responsible for what I wrote. I use your illustration. You send it to me. I'm going to throw you on the bus like Rolando does do.
I did not make that.
I get it from you. I don't know.
Did you get it from me?
Yeah.
I don't remember sending you that.
How you mean it?
Because I didn't make it.
You didn't
Only
make
the memes that I make is what I sent.
Okay, I don't know. Yeah,
I didn't make that
I
one.
didn't make that
Yeah,
one.
you just making that up. No, I didn't make it.
Beyond politics, I allowed to make up stuff just like the politicians.
Yes. Okay. So you never said that
No,
you have
I-
a problem with Cookie becoming
No.
president of parliament.
No.
What do you have a problem with then, Cedric?
I have a problem with the
Besides
reasoning
having a problem with yourself.
behind. Huh?
Huh?
What?
Your problem with yourself.
Oh, I thought you said problem with sex. Stop there. I got 7 children, but I don't do that. I was like, what? Stop. Wait. What you talking about, Willis?
Focus. You have a problem with the reasoning behind?
I have a problem with the backstabbing, conniving.
Politics.
Look,
Politics.
let's look at it.
He just
The
described
government,
politics.
the weakness of the prime minister, the inability to control her calm. She had to send Duran back to parliament as the highest vote getter, go down there and shine, because of course in the WhatsApp message, we heard that Rolando had a dealing with a young boys club. Then they could have all go hold hand and sing kumbaya on the floor of parliament. Quite obviously, you are not fit to be a minister. Case after case after case after case after case. Mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. Even if I say it's
Stop
a mistake.
describing yourself as a mistake. What I'm saying
No,
is...
it's not temporary though. These aren't temporary. Though temporary, eventually gonna end. But a mistake and a mistake and a mistake and a mistake gonna stay. So at a certain point, the prime minister
You don't
ruling her
respect,
calm.
you don't
should have-
respect majority.
should
I
have-
noticed that with
listen,
you. You have an authority issue.
when he go
Tell us
back-
about your
when he
problem,
went back to-
Cedric. Because you clearly have a problem with people coming together and making a...
my name means great warrior chief. I know coalition type of guy. It's one king.
Cedric.
Hails Charles IV.
Individuals.
Bye to the queen. Hail the king.
Yeah, what I'm saying
I
is...
ain't in this coalition business.
Yeah, but Cedric, that's the system we have.
Well, then
And you can't analyze a situation if you don't...
you let me continue expounding on how we got here to begin with?
Because
I
we were
understand.
making no sense. That's why.
What sense ain't
You
making? You
ain't
slow.
making no sense
You
at
slow.
all.
You want me to slow it
You
down,
know
please?
why? You know why you ain't making no
Let me
sense?
slow
Because
it down.
majority of parliament decided not to get
Why
rid-
do you continue to stick with these simplified arithmetics? The
No,
numbers
there's
don't
no
go
se-
higher than 15, Andrew.
Okay, it doesn't.
There's so much calculations you could do with that.
Cedric,
The number don't get bigger than 15.
let me slow it down for you.
We are not.
Clearly, you don't
You
understand.
remember what the young man
the
was
words
talking-
that are coming out
Political
of my
philosophy.
mind.
Foundation. The reason why we end up in this confusion is because people only tend to do a numbers thing.
What is the reason you were born, Cedric?
My
Why were
parents-
you born?
My parents had it.
No,
Cedric.
I trying to
You see, the
understand-
fact that I need to explain that to you is the reason we shouldn't have having this conversation to begin with. You just baby steps. How I got here. Sex, Andrew.
Cedric, yes, I understand. But what makes no sense, Cedric, is that you continue to undermine
There goes that
the
word.
fact that
Undermine.
you don't find it
Explain the
undermining?
undermining.
Oh, okay.
Call a meeting when there wasn't enough people with the risk of getting
Do I need to tell you how Parliament works, Cedric?
No.
Okay, so then why
But you
is it that
seem
you
to not
continue
understand how Parliament works. The problem seems to be with you, including Rolando, because he thinks Parliament means that he walk around tell everybody, I run the government, you know, I the president of Parliament. Don't matter how short I am, I still
First
big.
of all, I
when
don't
I
like
sit
you
up on that
equating-
chair,
No, not
I look
because
down
I
on
disagree.
everybody.
Not because I disagree with you means that it's the same as Rolando stands. Understand what I'm telling you?
It's different?
It's not?
I don't know, I ask it.
It's not?
I
You see
ask
me
you.
telling you anything about your purple shirt? You see you kissing the ass of the president of parliament all the time when it comes to...
Hey, even if I was to kiss the ass of the president of parliament.
Don't go there.
But you just go there and
But
expect me to say what?
Yeah, but what
And
do you
my
expect?
purple shirt
And you and your
was-
orange above in between for no reason?
PFP. PFP. Get serious about me.
You know, Melissa don't go that way, so leave alone now.
Go which way?
No, nothing. What I'm saying
She
is,
always straight down the middle, and every time she make a point,
wait, what?
it is a fact.
She is not straight in the middle, so don't even go there, Cedric.
Hey, listen,
Do you
Melissa.
even know
Melissa's when
she's
she makes
going to break your heart?
choices,
I think she
her
gonna break
choice-
more than your heart.
Her choices.
She gonna break more
is
than your heart. You know that,
related,
right?
And her decision making is related to the subject matter. Each time it is expounded upon when she makes a decision. It is straight down the middle, no nonsense type of approach. What is wrong with you?
Because
PFP.
there's nothing straight about it. That's why.
We having the same discussion.
I hope we're having the same discussion, but clearly your mind, or at least the...
Did you like her socks?
What?
Did you like her socks?
Yeah, I like her socks.
Okay, at least we get her out of there.
At least we can
And
agree
when
with
she had-
something today, Cedric.
I asked you if you like her socks. I didn't say I liked her socks.
Oh, did you like her socks?
Yes. But you assume
You like
so.
everything about PFP.
Yeah.
Okay.
But back to the white hat.
Yes.
Come
No,
say something.
not
for me.
back to the white
Start
hat.
talking.
What?
Because I can just zone out again.
Okay.
I appreciate the. Let me say something
Every single week
about
when we come here-
Grisha.
Oh,
Grisha
no.
came into parliament
And did the worst
government,
job ever.
into
I
government.
understand, and this is
Why
finally
do-
something we can agree
Why-
on.
who-
Cedric, can you stop saying things that are completely obvious? Can you
You know,
stop saying things that are completely obvious?
when we
We
look-
already agreed
and
that
when
she
we
does a
talk
horrible
about
job,
political
and therefore
maturity
she is going
and
to
growth
lose her job.
and growth
thank God for
over the
that.
years.
And can we move on to the
And
next
growth
topic?
over the years.
Because I
Grisha was
don't feel sorry for
focusing
her.
on a
Thank
battle
God she's
with the
losing her
Dutch.
job, because she was doing a horrible job the whole
Of
time.
not rubber stamping things.
That's all you could say. Rubber stamp.
Yes.
How's
She
that a
should-
rubber stamp if
If
you wait no?
I'm waiting.
If you make sure you check with your political party. You
If
check
you're
with your-
allowed to rubber stamp.
No. Cohesion.
Cohesion. Don't call a meeting. 66 and
What
then
I'm
back
saying
up.
is-
Make sure that anything that gonna shine a negative light on what we doing, it's your job to cover our backside as president of parliament. It doesn't say that in the bull books though. It don't say that nowhere. But that's politics, right? That's the wheeling and dealing. And that is what was expected of her, to have no integrity, to be biased, a rubber stamp, and sometimes answer when she's called upon. Not like Cookie, because Cookie went down Sesame Street and he didn't come back. When Miranda say, motion, Marlon say, Butterfly say, he will wait long, Cookie say, not me.
I'm sorry, did you say anything? Because I was zoning out and thinking about Angelique.
Hey.
Yeah, I didn't hear nothing you said at all. Well, she had a nice hat. That does it for Polotricks today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, if there's anything that you got out of this program, is that
Intervention
Cedric
didn't
is,
work. The intervention didn't work.
and that Cedric still doesn't make any sense. Hopefully soon we'll
No,
be
I
able
don't.
to bring you a program where you can actually learn something from Cedric. We apologize for the misinformation that he gave during this whole hour. But at the same time, I'd like to thank Ralph for bringing some richness to the program and making sure that...
I too want to thank Ralph for his attempt at an intervention. Obviously, it didn't work. I'm going to have to change Andrew's water and maybe make some other minor adjustments.
You want me to go back to turning point? Stop it. Stop it. Don't change the water. We're keeping the water right there.
No, we are not going back to turning point. If anything, we have to step up the doses of medication. We're going straight MHF.
No.
The report is out. Don't worry.
I'll be the straight jacket. That's exactly it right there. Okay.
Remember, if you want to know exactly how the parade room is, just ask Mr. Brown. He tell you that his experience there was quite shocking.
Yeah. My
So
experience
understand-
also. No. We ain't going there at all. Thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, Cedric, wear a different shirt next week, please. Please.
You don't like my purple shirt?
No, I
Why
do not. Because it's no good. Like,
Peace on earth, goodwill towards men. Purple is a stately royal color.
so you got first.
It's in honor.
In honor of?
It's in honor of the dead queen and hail the king.
Anyway. All right.
A lion.
Bye-bye.